So Tim Houston met up with the Mi'kmaq chiefs regarding the rising tension when it comes to the cannabis sales. You can imagine how that turned out.
Discuss that. I'm always interested in solutions, and they had some ideas, so I was grateful for their time, but the status quo is not working.
Houston repeated his concern that the so-called illegal cannabis market is growing out of control, posing a serious public health and safety risk, linking it to organized crime. Member 2 Chief Terry Paul pushed back, saying the Mi'kmaq-run cannabis operations isn't illegal, and they want to create their own indigenous regulated industry.
That's right, in typical Tim Houston fashion, he refuses to find a middle ground to work with our First Nations people. Instead, continuously supporting the Crown Corporation, that is the NSLC. Looking at their financial performance and how they made $127 million off of cannabis sales, it's no wonder he's supporting the Crown Corporation over the people. Now, the one thing Tim Houston continues to peddle with no evidence supporting it is these unchecked illegal dispensaries could have cannabis laced with things like fentanyl. I looked for police reports to support this and I couldn't find any. We could even look at the police raid that happened in February this year, where they raided 13 homes and sheds, including on Mi'kmaq reserves. Why did they death firing 350 kilograms of cannabis products worth $1.25 million? They also found unstamped tobacco, more than $16,000 in cash, and 17 long guns and 1 handgun, conveniently leaving out if they had a license for that or not, but no reports saying this was laced with anything. So it's no wonder that First Nations people do not like Tim Houston when he's making such claims with no evidence. I mentioned this in my prior videos, but I think Tim Houston is doing this entirely wrong and shows that he does not actually support Nova Scotians or our First Nations people. The RCMP has claimed that we have 118 dispensaries across the province, versus we only have 51 NSLCs across the province that sell cannabis. It makes more financial sense to work with Nova Scotians than relying on one Crown Corporation. But this is just my opinion on the matter, and like always, I'm very curious to know what are your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below.